What's up, guys, and welcome to this. This is your WWE Monday Night RAW review for September the 6th, 2021. This is the SOS Wrestling Network. If you have not done so already, like, comment your thoughts on this show, and smash that subscribe button. Oh my days, this has been a long time coming. I feel like I haven't done a Monday Night RAW review in what feels like a fucking eternity. Back in the day, I used to do a weekly WWE Monday Night RAW review back, say, 2016 and 17 and then 2018 with the Coco Sports channel. Go check out them out if you haven't done so already. Big fan of the show that they still do, and I used to do stuff for them all the time. Hope they're all doing well over there, as well as Wrestling Rant and cheap little plugs there. But we're all about that. We don't mind. But anyway, we're here to talk about Monday Night RAW, and I haven't fully reviewed an episode of RAW in so long. Partly because I haven't watched it in a very long time. I kind of keep up with SmackDown, keep up with NXT, watch all the pay-per-views. And I've still been watching the pay-per-views even though I have not been here on this channel. But again, I want to apologise about that. It's just one of those things where I lead a busy life. And COVID's been a little bit of a little motherfucker. But we're here to take our mind off it. If you haven't yet, go check out our AEW All Out 2021 review. Me and Dion did. We went over an hour and a half, nearly an hour and a half, breaking down that show with a little bit of fun that me and Dion had as well. Also, check out both nights of the New Japan Wrestle Grand Slam shows. They've been reviewed by Dion. So looking forward to bringing some content back to this channel. Looking forward to the G1 coming up. Going to be covering them with Dion. Also looking forward to kind of covering some American pro wrestling. It's been a while since we've done it here on this channel. I want to kind of give the whole shebang, being the network, having, W coverage, AEW coverage, Impact coverage, Ring of Honor, NW, like coverage from all around the world. And some weeks is going to be independent show reviews, and then weeks where I'm really busy, I'm going to give a week in review. I think that way I can always keep active on the channel. But we're here to talk about Monday Night Raw. Put in the comments, win, loss, or tie. Done that for many years now. I'm going to go with a weak tie. Now, is that because I'm still buzzing from the All Elite Wrestling All Out show? Possibly. But man, I haven't watched this in so long. When it started, I was like, oh man, I remember the days when I used to sit up and... Honestly, I used to, when I was at the Cook Spot, sorry to keep going on about it, I used to stay up till 4 a.m., do the live show, and, by the time I broke it down, we'd then get to the live chat. Sometimes we could be there for an hour and a half, 2.5, 3 hours, breaking that down. Like, I can't say never, because you can't ever say never, but I don't plan on doing that anytime soon for my mental health. I don't think I could do that because of the adverts. At least here I could watch it, and I could skip the advert breaks. So to me, the show was only 2 hours and 10 minutes or so. But for most people watching this live, man, with adverts, I feel for your weak tie. I'm feeling generous. If you skip this show, don't blame me. There was some stuff on here that was good. Don't get me wrong. And I put on my Twitter machine, and that's at LK Wrestling. I want to read the tweet out. You guys should go follow. I'll follow you all back as long as you listen to the show. I tweeted, watching #WWE RAW for the first time in months as reviewing it later on. The crowd this show is so quiet. The wrestling itself is solid/good. Think the problem is fairly obvious. And again, this is coming from someone who has not watched Monday Night RAW on any type of basis. Not regular, I just haven't been watching it. Obviously, I've been keeping up with the storylines. If something pokes out or someone says it's good on the Twitter machine, I'll check it out on YouTube. But for me, the wrestling itself was actually pretty damn good. I thoroughly enjoyed Sheamus versus Drew McIntyre. I thought the tag team turmoil the actual wrestling was good. The women's tag and the women's single was good quality wrestling. The wrestling itself is good. I feel lack of care. Not care as in I don't care about the wrestlers, but as a fan, I'm watching this, and this is a fan. I'm struggling to care about whether wrestlers win or lose. And that's because they made it feel like it doesn't matter who wins or loses. And this championship contender stuff, the tag team turmoil I like, because it's actually determined number one contender. But if you have a specific gimmick called the championship contender, whatever they call it, where you have, in order to win a championship match, you have to pin the champion. That means the champion loses. The champion loses. So, in essence, every pay-per-view, before every pay-per-view, the champion would have lost. So it's like, yeah, he wins, then he loses again on TV. Oh, he wins at the pay-per-view, loses again on the TV. It's not a way to build a guy up. At least Lashley hasn't lost. Well, actually, that's not true. Didn't he lose last week? Oh, no, I think he got attacked by Randy, from what I saw on the video package. But yeah, I think that's the main problem, man, is the lack of care from the fans, because the way that this stuff's been wrote. And, I don't go into all these rumors and gossip and bollocks about, but, Vince ripped the script up. I don't know that. I wasn't there. I didn't see it. Unless someone has a video of Vince ripping the script up, I don't know. I just go with what's shown in front of me. I'm reading results, BT dubs, off of figure4wonline.com. No affiliation at all. It's just I'm reading from their website. If they took the time to write it, I can take 2 seconds of my life to promote it. So Raw started off, and this was fucking weird. So they had all the 10 teams and 7 teams in this tag team turmoil, and they all cut these promos. It kind of felt like old school Saturday night main event. I say that, and I was fucking, I wasn't even alive when Saturday night's main event was around, but I've gone back and watched some of the old stuff on the network. And also, if you got Peacock, I have no idea, because I live in the UK, so I have the network, WWE Network. Does the Peacock have all the old archives? Well, just a random question. Sound off in the comments, please. Interesting one. Anyway, fucking hell, where was I going with this? So they all cut these promos, and I'm like, okay. And then Randy Orton and Matt Riddle, they come out. They talk about how they do stuff about they talk about fucking Bobby Lashley and MVP. Lashley and MVP came out. MVP told Riddle to shut up and said Lashley wanted to rip Orton's head off for giving him the RKO last week. Lashley then called Orton a coward and challenged him to a singles match. Orton said he would accept the challenge if Lashley put the title on the line. The crowd actually kind of made a little bit of noise for that. MVP then got the promo. I love MVP. I just want to put it out there now. He accepted for Lashley, but he said it's going to happen at Extreme Rules. Lashley admitted he was a greedy son of a bitch and said he spoke to Adam Pearce and Sonya Deville so that him and MVP could get into the tag team turmoil. New Day music's then hit. They then come out, and that begins Z Tag Team Turmoil. So it was 7 teams. The winning team gets a shot at RK Bro for the Raw Tag Team Championships next week. And I am fine with that. I am fucking fine with number 1 contender matches. The more the merrier. Because then you don't have the fucking champion losing every fucking week. I remember back in 13, 14, 15, when you had like Barrett, for example. He would win the IC title, and you'd be like, yeah, they're going to fucking push this guy. And then you'd be like, oh, wait, he's the champion. And then he kept losing on TV and losing on TV to make more challenges, and then losing on TV. It's like, come on, man. So we had the New Day, which is Kofi and Xavier, against the Viking Raiders. Now, when I was watching this, I woke up and watched it this morning when I woke up. I know 0 spoilers, all right, heading into this show. And I'm thinking, all right, our roster is... I, for one, by the way, am anti-draft. I think that the roster isn't actually as stacked as people think it is. With the amount of TV time they have, I'm up for just scrapping the brand split, just having everyone having everyone. Because on the pay-per-views, they don't have brand exclusive pay-per-views. On the pay-per-views, they still have matches, so just do that, but no, then you can have Reigns on Raw, and you can have everyone on all of it. At least there's some depth to the roster, because this Raw roster is meant to fill out a 3-hour show, and it feels like it's struggling. But anyway, original point I was going to make. I feel like watching this, I was like, right, cool. We're going to have someone defeat the New Day and become stars from it. Because there's pinning the New Day. They're the kind of, the bar, kind of, so to speak, in the Raw Tag Team division. So if someone pins them, they look good. And I'm thinking the Viking Raiders have come back. They did stuff at Money in the Bank with AJ and Omos, but when they were champions. Maybe, just maybe, if the Viking Raiders get a win here, and then they lose to someone else, you can make multiple teams quite stars. I'll say stars, but it's not a star, you know what I mean. As in, okay, cool, we got players, and then you can have maybe 4 teams challenge down the line. You got multiple teams, but you kind of have the New Day come here, bam, beats them, bam, beats them, bam, beats them, bam, beats them, and just beats everyone. We'll get to that. So Kofi and Xavier defeat the Viking Raiders, Trouble Paradise, and then Woods rolling up Eric get the win. The fact they're like, right, we got to beat the Viking Raiders by roll up. Why don't you just have the Viking Raiders beat them? You know, imagine that. Oh, what a way to start off Monday Raw. The Viking Raiders with a big upset. Knock off Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods, former WWE champion, former 95-time tag champs. You know, that would have done something. And it would have made it, quite credible. Anyway, so they get the win there. And it was actually a pretty good, fast-paced, decent match. I actually thought the actual quality of the wrestling was pretty damn good, and I enjoyed it. And then they defeated Jinder Mahal and Veer. They did a backbreaker, with a double foot stomp. Combination did the New Day to get the win, so that's them out. And Jinder Mahal, this is just goes to SummerSlam, has a match with Drew, gets fucked there, comes back on Raw in this tag team, gets fucked in the tag team turmoil. He is back to perception wise of the audience, because I'm watching this as a fan, just as you listening to this. The perception is that he is now back to where he was before SummerSlam. You ain't gonna get on pay-per-views again, pal. It was like a one-hit wonder. Something for Drew to do. We could have built them here. You could have had the Viking Raiders knock off the New Day. Fuck me. And then the Viking Raiders can go, last week we beat the New Day. We deserve something, blah, blah, blah. And then you could have had Mahal and Veer come out, do dirty cheap shot, maybe before the bell rings, because obviously the bell's got a ring. Fucking bam, hit him with some chairs. Then maybe Mahal can hit the Colossus onto a chair. Ref's like, what are you doing? Rings the bell. Crowd's booing. 1, 2, 3. Mahal's like getting up, and then you're like, whoa, Mahal's just knocked off the Viking Raiders. And then guess what? Within the tag division, you now got a story. The Viking Raiders, who just pinned the New Day, so the fans are going to perceive them as quite big stars, against Mahal and Veer, who fucked them up. So guess what you have? A fucking story. And you got that's the thing. It's like there's stories at the top. Everyone else underneath is just doing something, whether they're challenging for. But there needs to be some story, and they're doing this in the women's division now at last, which I like. There's time on this show. There's 3 hours every fucking week. That's the little thing there. They could have gone a 10, 15-minute match with the Mahal and Veer against the Viking Raiders, and it would have meant something. And then they come out and beat Lucha House Party. The fact Lucha House Party is still there, not in NXT, is what have you. They came out, and there was quite a nice springboard dive by Dorado. Kingston gets the win. Another roll-up. And then, so they couldn't even beat them after they've been in the ring at this point for about 20 minutes. A fresh Lucha House card couldn't beat him. Mason T-Bar. Now, Donovan Dijakovic and T-Bar. I don't even know which one's which. When they came out, I'm like, all right, cool. They didn't do it with the Viking Raiders. Now they set him up. This is going to be it. This is going to be the moment. So another fucking roll-up from Woods gets the win. Another fucking roll-up against Monsters. So then Mason T-Bar attacked New Day after the match. Mansoor then tried making the save, but they beat him up too. Ali tried talking him out of it before trying to save him, but Ali could beat him up too. Mason T-Bar, fucking read, Jesus Christ. So fucking read now. I'm just going to go off my memory. So basically, Mason T-Bar attacked Woods and Kingston, and Mansoor came out trying to help, and Ali's like, no, because obviously Ali's the heel, Mansoor's the babyface. I quite like that story. Hopefully it leads to Mansoor and Ali rivalry, which hopefully gets some form of pay-per-view time. Regardless. Excuse me. I just think that this was... the officials came out, so this took an hour, 40 minutes if you include the opening segment, to get to this point. And the officials came out, and then it was announced that during the break, Deville announced that they would give the New Day, Ali and Mansoor, a chance to recover, and the tag team turmoil match will continue with the 4 remaining teams, which is New Day, Ali, Mansoor, AJ Styles and Lashley and MVP, later on in the main event. So you're like, so I just sat through 40 minutes for you to say we're going to do it again in the fucking hour number 3. Why did I watch the New Day bury these people? Well, not bury. They didn't bury. They're not booking. I'm just kind of... very fucking dumbfound is the fucking right. I apologise, I swear a lot. I don't filter when I talk. It's who I is. It's fucking awful. Anyway, we then go on to Sheamus and Drew McIntyre in a match to determine number one contender for the US Championship. This was a good match. Sheamus got the win. Oh, man. I was watching this, and the wrestling itself was very good. I really actually enjoyed this match. I really enjoyed their stuff back in March when they were doing stuff, and I actually wanted that to be the WrestleMania match because I was that impressed with it, personally anyway. But fucking, so I'm watching this going, right, cool, McIntyre's going to get the win here. Good booking. We can get McIntyre, babyface against Martinez. Fucking off. Punishment Martinez, what's his name? Oh, I apologize. Damian Priest. So I'm thinking, cool, McIntyre, Damian Priest, that's a good little fucking feud. We've gone with the Sheamus route. Now we're going to mix it up. Now we're going to change it up. And we're going to have Drew McIntyre against Damian Priest, and we can rock and roll with that. Fresh feuds. I like this a lot. And Sheamus gets the win. So McIntyre, where does he go from here? He beat Mahal. So he beat Mahal, buried Mahal. Well, when I say buried, I mean that not McIntyre personally. I mean that's how it's come across as a fan watching from kind of a kayfabe point of view. So you have him beat Mahal, for then Sheamus to beat him, to then have a rematch. What the fuck's McIntyre gonna do? Is he gonna get involved in the world title? No, he can't challenge, can he? Because of the Hell in a Cell stipulation. So I thought him going after the US Championship because he cannot challenge for the Universal WWE title, anymore. It made perfect sense. I think the draft's going to come up soon, and I think McIntyre's going to go over to SmackDown. Me personally, I think fuck the draft and just fucking make everyone allowed on everything. And I would, because for me personally, I'm getting sick and tired of seeing the same thing again and again and again. Just give us something different. You know, I'd love it if we could get AJ Styles and Roman Reigns in a feud. You know, I'd love AJ Styles and Seth Rollins in a feud. I'd love Riddle and Seth Rollins in a feud. There's lots of feuds you could do when they're not trapped in this brand stuff. And if you're going to do brand split, do it properly with the pay-per-views being exclusive. But anyway, this was a really good match. I actually recommend you guys to check out Sheamus and Drew McIntyre. And then at the end, this confused the living shit out of me. It really fucking did. Sheamus kind of got the... Sheamus wears this nose protector thing. He got it and then kind of slapped him in the head with it. So he came across as a fucking heel. Like, why would fans cheer that? Oh, and we had a Damian Priest interview, and then there was a Rhea Ripley and Nikki Ash interview. They then promote SmackDown, which is taking place in Madison Square Garden. We have Brock Lesnar appearing, and Edge versus Seth fucking Rollins. That's beautiful stuff. I might do a review of... I know this weekend I'm insanely busy. I've got 2 11-hour shifts. I'm ridiculously busy, so I know for sure I'll be reviewing AEW Rampage and Friday Night SmackDown on Monday. Alright, and you guys have that to look forward to. And if not, it'll be kind of a week in review. So then we have a Charlotte Flair interview about a time match with Nia Jax. I'm not going to bash this because it promoted the matches. I always say I wish WWE did more interviews with wrestlers to promote the matches. So then we had Rhea Ripley and Nikki Ash, AC, whatever the fuck you want to call her, defeating women's tag team champions Natalya and Tamina in a non-title match. I wish that with the women's tag team titles, they can go over to any brand. I wish they did that for the men's belts as well. Hey, fuck it. I mean, I'm just an advocate for not having the draft, the brand split anymore, but that's just me. This match was alright. Riptide by Rhea Ripley on Natalya got the win. I found, again, that's the problem, that the crowd popped for the victory just throughout the match. It was just kind of like they're having a match. The crowd just don't care. I think that is the biggest fuck me issue with this WWE program at the minute. It is I apologise for the noise. I'm believe it or not, this is a fucking weird one, alright? And again, I go off on lots of different tangents. And, you know, I could come on here and I could do a Raw review in 10 minutes. But I was in a mood where I was like, I want to sit down. This is fucking... So I have in my lounge, I have a two 3-seated sofas kind of at an angle, then my TV. And then where a normal person would have a dining room table, I've got 3 desks. So I have my desk, and then I have my 2 housemates who I live with. We all have a desk. We all do our individual things on laptops. So we're like, let's get desks over there, because we're not going to dining room table. We're not going to sit there and eat at the table like a little family. We're not going to do that. I mean, that's a regret of mine, because I would like to, but not with them. And no offense to them. You know, when my family come over, they can sit there. Me and my girlfriend can have dinner there rather than have to put it on my desk. It's fucking a pain in my ass. Anyway, so I was like, as I was walking up the stairs, and I had my laptop in my room, because that's where I watch Monday Night. I watched Monday Night Raw when I woke up. I just kind of put my laptop up, got the show up, and had a watch. So I was like, I'm just going to fucking sit on the floor. So I'm like on my stairs, it's like twisty. I'm kind of just sat there like right now on the carpet like a dirty little schmuck. And I'm just recording a Raw review with the mic connected to the laptop on the floor. Probably, I don't even know why I'm doing it. I don't know why I had to feel the need to tell you. I'm giving you the scenery, just a storyteller, man. Just a storyteller. Anyway, who cares? Rhea Ripley got the win. They're going to have a match next week or on SmackDown. Yay. Then they did this Moist TV with Karrion Kross. Oh my god. Then we had Karrion Kross defeat John Morrison. Basically, there was a drip stick. Morrison shot it. Kross got pissed off, suplexed. Kross jacket got the win. They're giving him wins, which is good. It's just, I thought Kross was going to be the one to beat John Cena at SummerSlam. But before, in April, May time, I thought Kross is going to drop the belt. He's then going to get a WWE, take out John Cena. And then, the question with John Cena is that it? Is he retired now? Is he done? But they didn't. They did good stuff with Cena and Reigns. So that was hour 2, my friends. We're now moving on to hour number 3. We have Charlotte Flair defeating Nia Jax to retain the Raw Women's Championship. They did this whole thing where last week they got a lot of publicity, so to speak, for it being a quote shoot, end quote fight. So as soon as the bell rang, they did this whole shoving each other and yanking hair. You can tell it's clearly a work until the ref got in there, which is fun. Shayna Baszler, who's done fuck all since coming to the quote main roster. And I don't have to start saying that anymore because NXT is going back to being a proper developmental brand, which is fine by me. I'm going to miss it. I'm going to miss the NXT takeovers and stuff. But in the end of the day, it is a developmental brand. And it's meant to be where WWE develops its, quote, superstars. So it is what it is. Adam Cole, baby, is going to be fine in AEW. I just worry for Gargano and Ciampa. You know, they kind of really helped NXT become the... And that's the thing, they made so much... Surely they made a lot of money from it. You know, the tickets... I mean, they came to the UK and sold out, not Wembley Arena, not Wembley Stadium, but Wembley Arena. I remember I was there, I got a ticket. Like, they made some money off of it. And they're touring around the world. It's just a shame. But yeah, they did the Shayna Baszler... And Shayna Baszler in NXT was booked so perfectly. She got great crowd reaction. She comes out now, no one gives a fuck. Not because we don't care about her, the wrestler, it's just the way she's been presented and booked. Baszler basically just hopped up on the apron, which distracted Jax long enough for Charlotte hit to this natural selection off the top rope, and that got the win. Baszler was being all cocky about it, so this is going to go down to a Baszler versus Nia Jax feud. Now hear me out. Within this Raw Women's division, you've got stuff going on with Charlotte Flair as the champion, who's been defending against Ripley and Jax and Ash. Within that, you've got the Women's Tag Team Champions who are now doing stuff with Rhea Ripley and Ash. You've got Charlotte Flair doing stuff. And now you've got Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler, who's going to also have a feud. So you've got kind of 3 feuds within the Women's division right now, which I like. And they all kind of intertwine with each other. I wish they had more women in the roster. Maybe move some people up from NXT, which is the point of NXT, and kind of build up a division. You know, you can't yank on people, and again, I'm not even though I praised AEW so much last night on the show, and it's definitely earned, I'm not a type of guy. I'm just a wrestling fan. I'll enjoy it. I don't care what logo's on the fucking ring apron. I don't care what logo's on the turnbuckle pads, what's on the logos at the bottom right-hand side of my screen. I don't care. I'm watching pro wrestling because I love pro wrestling and I'm a pro wrestling fan. So, you know, it is what it is. If it's good, it's good. If it's shit, it's shit. But yeah, people are like, oh, we said AEW's Women's Division. I don't like people moaning and complaining about AEW's lack of women's depth when they don't watch Dark or Dark Elevation where they have loads of women's matches. Now, then Alexa Bliss appeared on the screen, invited Charlotte to her playground. Charlotte said, fuck off. And then bam. There we are. Lights go out. She comes back Alexa Bliss is in the ring. A loud pop. A very loud pop for Alexa Bliss versus Charlotte. So, like I said, you got Bliss, Charlotte, you got Banks and Tamina, Natalia and Tamina Snuka against Rhea Ripley and Nikki Ash, and then you've also got Shayna Baszler against Nia Jax. So you've got people are doing different things here, and I hope they do some form of excuse me, and they will, believe me, they will. If I know WWE, I know them. We're going to get an 8-man tag or a 6-man tag where we're going to get these feuds combined, because what better way builds a feud than combining them, eh? But yeah, and the champion will probably lose because that's how they do it. They then build up Reginald, who defeats Akira Tozawa to retain his prestigious 24/7 championship in under a minute. It's kind of this running flip, got the win. And then after the match, Reginald ran away from, listen to this, R-Truth, Humberto Carrillo, Cedric Alexander, Jackson Riker, Shelton Benjamin, and Jeff Hardy. And then as he's on the ramp, sorry, it had stage, I was going to say ramp, so I went rage. And Drake Maverick, he's wearing a suit. And then R-Truth's like, you're not meant to be here, and runs off. Jeff Hardy, Shelton Benjamin, Cedric Alexander are doing comedy skits on Monday Night Raw. You could have happily given me a 5-minute Jeff Hardy versus Shelton Benjamin match and I would have been a happy camper. But hey ho. And then we had the Tag Team Turmoil, the thing that never ended. We had Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods defeating Mustafa Ali and Mansoor, because why the fuck wouldn't they? Oh, yeah. Trouble in Paradise got the win. Yeah. And then it was, sorry, Ali and Mansoor, imagine if they got the win there. What that would have done to beat the New Day. Anyway. They made AJ Styles and Omos defeating Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods. Omos basically threw Kingston into Styles, who hit the Styles Clash to get the win. This was alright. That's the thing. Even though I didn't kind of get the writing of it, the actual wrestling itself throughout this whole show was good. It really was. You can't blame the talent for any of this, because the wrestling itself I actually quite enjoyed. It was some good stuff. You know, New Day, they do good work. And then we had, and everyone else. We had Bobby Lashley MVP defeating AJ Styles and Omos. Obviously, we're in Miami, hometown of MVP, so he was quite over. And the crowd went absolutely ballistic. Okay, so Lashley got the win. He hit the spear on AJ Styles. 1, 2, 3, ding dong, ding dong, ding ding ding. And then we had fucking Omos stare down with Lashley. And the crowd went fucking mental. And then Omos hit this kind of power slam on Lashley and left the ring, and the crowd went ballistic. And then Orton comes in, Lashley's getting to his feet, Orton comes in, RKO to Lashley, because obviously they're having a match at Extreme Rules, stood over Lashley with the top. The great way to end the show. That's why I gave it a week title. I really enjoyed the final 5 minutes. I actually enjoyed Lashley MVP versus AJ and Omos as a match, and then I really liked Orton hitting Lashley with the RKO, because it's, okay, Lashley's looking a bit weak here. Can Orton knock him off? Can he do it? But Omos, the reaction he's getting from the crowd. And that's the way they booked him. They booked him well. And he's being teamed up with AJ Styles. He's going to be learning lots about the business. But Extreme Rules, you know, I think it's shaping up to be an alright card, you know, man. It's really not looking like that bad of a card. I'm looking forward to Lashley and Orton. I'm a huge fan of Randy Orton. If you've been following me for a long time on this channel, you know this. I'll be obviously reviewing Extreme Rules. Probably the Monday again. Same as All Out. And then also, I'm looking forward to Lashley and MVP versus Orton and RK Bro, because not only is it for the Tag Team Championship next week, it's also continuing the feud of Orton and Lashley. So I hope they tease it and they build it and they build it so that it means something and it matters. I, for one, am actually quite looking forward to that match next week. I'm looking forward to nothing else, but I'm looking next week for Raw, because they didn't give me anything to look forward to apart from that. So good job on that. You know, I'll give them a little bit of give them the devil its due, should we say. And it was fun. Anyway, with that in mind, chappy chaps, it's 8 p.m. UK time. I'm going to go make myself some dinner, Rooney. Hopefully you guys have an absolutely splendid Tuesday. I will be back tomorrow with an NXT review, the final NXT before we become the NXT that it's going to become. So be on the lookout for that, as well as I might do an AEW Dark and Dark Elevation combined Smash-a-thon review. That is always a possibility. With that in mind, guys, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like, comment your thoughts and opinions on Monday Night Raw. If you have any questions and queries, whatever it is, sound off down below. Subscribe. Stay safe, stay well. This has been your boy LK, and I'll be catching your asses down the line.